I'm an
I've
exotic
dated
dancer.
a lot of dancers.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh.
I've dated a lot of dancers. Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have no problem with that.
I think I'm good with a young lady like that.
Come on, Tiffany, come on up, come on.
I think one of my cousins or somebody was like, "Hey, did you know she was a exotic dancer?"
It was just I didn't get married, so I left. Like, I don't, I'm not getting any younger. I'm only
Right.
getting older. So it's just like, if you're not getting something out of your situation, you should move on.
Oh, here, let's go, okay, go. Yeah. She wanna make me her wife, but I don't wanna be her wife, okay. Slide by in the motherfucking range, I do the dash in the vintage, yeah.
YouTube, what is good with y'all? I'm back again with another Pop the Balloon reaction video. Today I'm reacting to the season 3 reunion of Pop the Balloon. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this episode. Let me know what else I should be reacting to. 98% of y'all is not subscribed, so if you fuck with the video, then tap in with me and subscribe. Make sure you like the video and check out the playlist to see my other Pop the Balloon reaction videos. Without further ado, let's get right into it.
For a bit. After all those pops, you did eventually end up leaving with a match, which was Tiffany. And one of the main topics that came up with this match was her profession. So let's take a look at this quick clip.
Word. Okay. Do you like to dance?
Yes, I love to dance. I'm a dancer. I'm an
I've
exotic
dated
dancer.
a lot of dancers.
Really?
Yeah, I've dated a lot of dancers. Yeah.
Okay, so you don't have no problem with that.
I think I'm good with a young lady like that.
Come on, Tiffany, come on up, come on up.
For my part, my only person that asked me in my family about it, I think one of my cousins or somebody was like, "Hey, did you know she was a exotic dancer?" And I was like, "I didn't know actually." And we talked about it. Like we talked at the same time when she said it.
Yeah,
Like when
I
she said
figured.
dancer, I dated a lot of dancers, but then like when she said exotic dancer, I was like talking. If I would have heard that, I'm not gonna lie, maybe I would have popped. Maybe.
You thought she was ballet dancer?
Hey. All right, so let's start with Tiffany. So Tiffany, as we saw, he said maybe if he would have heard it, he would have popped. So how does your profession affect your dating life?
There's a lot of misconceptions when it comes to exotic dancers. I use the term exotic dancer because I work in gentlemen's clubs. A lot of people don't know the difference between gentlemen's clubs and strip clubs. Strip clubs, you're fully nude. You're on your feet all the time. Gentlemen's clubs is mostly just topless and you're talking to men a lot. You're not really dancing.
Okay.
So it's just the nuances, it's a lot of nuances to it. So I feel like people that I've tried to date in the past, they always have preconceived notions about me. And you're not really going to know who I am unless you give me a chance,
Okay.
you know?
Okay. So how would you say it's affected your past relationships, or even if you bring it up to someone you're just meeting?
I was in a long-term relationship.
I don't know, to me, I get you're not fully nude, your coochie isn't out, but still topless, and at least when you're dancing, it's you're on stage and the men are down there, and I feel like they're still going into the back room with men at a strip club, but still topless and engaging with men close, trying to get them to spend money on you, that is I think she's trying to diminish that's not a big deal or something. There's nothing wrong with it, but it is still serious, just like being a stripper.
It was just I didn't get married, so I left. I'm not getting any younger. I'm only
Right.
getting older. So it's just if you're not getting something out of your situation, you should move on.
Okay. All right. So TJ, you said it would have been a maybe pop. Why would it have been a maybe pop?
Because when I first heard her say dancer, I've dated burlesque dancing. I've dated people who done African dancing, Latin dancing, but we talked at the same time. So my stigma towards stripping was stripping. And then I didn't understand that that's what she was doing. And so that's why I said maybe, but then, like I said, I got to know her, and I said, she's a very nice human being, and that goes further than my stripper mindset. It goes more into who are you as a person? So I think she's a great person. Okay. So whether it's a lasting romantic relationship, I think me and Tiffany will be friends forever.
That's good to hear. Any thoughts from anyone on the floor?
Cap.
Oh, what's cap?
Someone said cap?
Yeah, Danny did.
I heard something too.
What's cap? What's
Stand
cap?
on
What do you-
business.
Would you not
What do you
date an
mean by
exotic
that?
dancer?
When she say dancer, I don't know. Maybe it's an Atlanta thing. Somebody
it
say
ain't- it
dancer.
ain't-
That's
it
the
ain't-
first
it
thing.
ain't-
you
That's
know.
universal.
No, it's all the same.
Is dancing
Honestly,
is I mean,
yeah,
it's
you're
nothing
from,
against. I'm
you're
talking
from
about-
no, you're from Atlanta. So when you hear dancer, okay, I know this girl. She worked in the club.
Yeah.
So that's probably what he's saying. Like when you
'Cause-
heard dancer, you're thinking of something else. But he heard dancer since he's from like stripper culture, where he's from. That's the first thing that comes to his mind.
Yeah, and I don't gotta prove nothing. The women I dated will tell y'all they weren't strippers. They was dancers.
Okay.
So it is what it is.
And let this be known, this is not the only thing I do. I have a podcast. I have multiple businesses. This is a stepping stone. I believe in investing in myself. So if no one is going to invest in me, I'm going to invest in myself.
And once again,
That's how I get my money
and
to
I said
invest
the
in myself.
And I said in that episode, you shouldn't come at strippers just because they strip, man. Like, she don't want to do that the rest of her life. You can't do that the rest of your life. So, like, her as a person, you probably should get to know beyond that. And so I was able to get to know that basically because I didn't hear it. So my stigma beyond that got expanded, and I thank her for it. Now, like I said, whether it works romantically or not, it still was a judgment that I shouldn't have made because my balloons got popped with people not knowing me.
And it's crazy because the way that we met, I prejudged you, and you didn't get the opportunity to prejudge me because you didn't hear that. And I should have been more delicate with the situation, knowing how much I get prejudged. So yeah, that's why I got my balloon back.
Okay. All right, Tiff. Okay, so in this next segment, it's the ladies of episode 23. So as we all know, the internet, they criticized you guys, said all types of things. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of the segments.
And I feel like I'm on like a TED Talk when I'm like listening to you.
And the teeth just were
teeth.
not for me. Not for me.
You said classy. I feel like I'm classy, but when it comes to being Haitian doll, I'm more of a hype girl. I like to get people out, dance, and my lyrics are a bit like, so yeah.
Okay, so Jason, we'll go ahead and start with you. So they came for your teeth, the way you talk, like, how are you feeling going down that line and hearing all those things about yourself?
I mean, things I've never really heard that much before.
Okay.
But not really shocked by it because it's snap, thoughts. Also, too, like even some of my friends and family, like, bro, like, the way that you seemed on there is not how you really are. Because, like, everybody who knows me know I'm like the latest person you meet. I'm always like, hype and whatever. But it's very different because when you're on there, you're trying to hear and articulate all that kind of stuff first time as well. So, like, even when Tara was talking, to her defense, it was like I was very just kind of drawn in, trying to listen and understand and stuff like that. The teeth thing, never heard that before, but I get it. People have their preferences. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I didn't think anything of it. I'm not the kind of person that like, oh my gosh, my feelings kind of thing. I'm like,
Okay.
oh, that's crazy. But yeah.
Okay, and then so Tara, you said he sounded like a TED Talk or something like that.
Yeah, it just seemed like how he was. It was very business. That's how it sounded. And I'm just big on energy, so I was wanting to see more of like his personality, and so that's what I was presented with. So that's how I just assumed he was. And for me personally, I need someone like a bit more, like, kind of goofy and like fun, and not someone that's just so like business all the time, because I have to be business all the time at work. So when I come home, I want to have fun. Like, I want to, and then after he sat down and he was completely opposite, and I was like, dude, what was going on? And they were like, what, Jason, like, boring? No, that's not him. And I just wish I could have seen that, so maybe we could have possibly matched or something, but that didn't happen. Still a great guy.
Okay, so if he would have showed more of like his goofy personality, is he someone that's your type, like physically?
I know on the show I did say he was like physically, like he would have been someone I would have been interested in knowing just off of initial attraction.
Okay.
But then there's that extra energy part where I would have liked that as well for me to be able to match with him.
Okay. So now, Ish, you had mentioned his teeth. Are like teeth something like you like focus on pretty heavy? Is it something that's like deal breaker or not for you?
When we're talking about this setting, yes.
Okay.
Simply because, that's like the first thing for me that I look at someone's smile,
Yeah.
because I'm a really cheeky person and I like a guy that makes me laugh, and I don't want to be drawn to that area in the wrong way. Okay. I'm choosing my words carefully because y'all tried to eat me alive. But
Good job.
I'm being honest. It was just the attraction thing for me, and teeth are a big thing, and it just was not my vibe. That's all I'm saying.
All right. Well,
It's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
All right. Well, then let's take a look at another clip from episode 23.
You said like the man should take more of like the bills and stuff. If you would have been like both incomes and like we build together and like that kind of thing, then rather just saying like, yeah, the man should take care of majority of the bills.
Okay, so can you go into detail a little more as to what you meant at this part? Because we were all just a little bit confused.
I like that. I mean, I'm glad. I prefer to be more of an equal, like, in my relationship with a woman. I'm not really, like, it's not that I couldn't be a provider, and it's not that that's a deal breaker for me, but I would rather both people contribute financially. And yeah, that's just like what I would prefer. I would prefer to date somebody that is closer to my level financially. But she is a good example of that because she's also a software engineer, and I'm sure that she makes good money, and she want to be like equal, which I like. But that is weird to hear from a woman, because I feel like most women, I feel like that be talking, they're very against equal. They want it to be provided for. And I think also a lot of times they don't want to contribute. Like they often say, oh, I am the table. And that really means that I don't really want to have to bring anything to the table. Me being your boyfriend or being your girlfriend or being your wife, whatever, that is enough. Just me. And I don't like that.
It made sense in my head. I didn't articulate it well. Obviously, people came from my neck. I'm very much not dumb. It just didn't come out right, y'all. I really don't even like the 50-50 question in general. I feel like that's big on how y'all are aligned mindset-wise. I don't feel like either way is a problem as long as both parties agree. For me personally, I would just rather build with someone. And I put a lot into my career so far. So I would like to help out. Like I know, especially in this economy, all bills and stuff on one person is a lot, whether you're a man or a woman.
Facts.
So if I'm thinking logically, he's gonna have to take care of me, him, and like I want 3 kids. So that's what, 5 cars, that's a house, a mortgage, that's college, that's like, I'm just being real.
That's a lot of cars.
She got a car, I got a car, 3 kids.
And all the kids, yeah.
Oh, they gotta get a car when they turn 16.
Yeah, like I have a lifestyle that I want to live. And so if I have to help out to like make both of our lives easier, I feel like there shouldn't be a problem with that. And the women came from my neck a lot.
That's a dub.
Okay. See, now that you had some time to be able to explain it, it makes sense now.
They were like, oh, so you don't like, why you don't want your man to provide? I didn't say I didn't want him to provide. I said I want us to build together. And I feel like in this time, a lot of people just put a lot on like man should just be a provider, and they don't really have to do anything else like other than money. And for me personally, I make my own money, so you're gonna have to bring a little something more than just money for me.
Okay.
Personally. And there was nothing wrong with what Cliff said. We just had like, we kind of were saying the same thing. I think the intention behind them were kind of different. I just feel like he was more traditional in a sense, and I'm more, I wouldn't say a modern woman, but more of like a hybrid. So there's nothing like, no side is wrong. I just feel like it's a matter of preference.
Yeah, so I agree with you on that point.
My kids ain't getting no. If I have 3 kids, they is not all getting cars. Hell, they can buy their own fucking whip. That's what my parents made me do. So I ain't buying no car. And if I do buy you a car, once you get a job or you graduate, whatever, I'm selling that hoe and I'm getting my money back because that's what my parents did to me.
Well, first and foremost, I think everybody should do whatever they think and they like. So if you're a 50-50 person, if you're a 100% person, if you're a none person, hey, there's people out there for everybody, you know. But you know, my philosophy is kind of what you were articulating earlier, where it's like, I don't think it should be 50-50. I think it should be, you know, sometimes somebody's 30% and the woman needs to do 70%, you know, and sometimes the woman's feeling 20% and the guy should be 80%. I think
partnership, yeah.
it should be an equal partnership, right? Because in this life, right, it takes 2 to tango. And if people are so obsessed over 50-50, who brings what to the table, like at the end, it's BS. Like, can you grow with your partner? Can you guys, you know, balance each other out?
Right. Y'all have to be
Facts.
aligned. It doesn't matter what you believe. As long as you find someone that can counteract that and is aligned with you, that's all that matters. Yeah.
Correct. Exactly.
So Cliff, in that moment when she had popped her balloon, did you understand why?
I was a little confused about it, but I mean, now that she explained it, everything, I mean, I feel a little bit, you know, I understand a little bit more what she was talking about. So I mean, I get it now.
Okay.
But I mean, in that sense, I feel like the whole 50-50 thing, you know, it could be, you know, different views on it. So I mean, I feel like a woman, what she brings to the table is great as well. So I wasn't knocking that. Like, I would love for a woman to, you know, work and do everything too, but I'm just that type of person that I'm going to do stuff as well too, just because where I came from and the background that I live. So I would like to motivate my woman as well to do, you know, whatever job, whatever career path she want to do or whatever she want to do in the house or outside of the house. So that was just me, just far as like the whole 50-50 thing. Like, I bring a lot to the table too, and I wouldn't mind a woman bringing it as well, you know, match my hustle as well. So.
All right, so this next clip includes you again, Cliff, but this time with Ish. Let's take a look.
All right, y'all. I'm going to cut it off right here. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this episode. We got a lot in this episode. There was a lot of people's opinions, and they got a chance to get to the women from that one episode where they was just popping all their balloons and talking all this shit. So let me know what y'all think down in the comments. Let me know what else I should be reacting to. If you made it to the end of the video, make sure you subscribe and like. Check out the playlist to see my other Pop the Balloon reaction videos. And without further ado, I'm going to get up out of here. Hope y'all have a great day. Peace.
Oh, here, let's go, okay, go. Yeah. She wanna make me her wife, but I don't wanna be her wife, okay. Slide by in the motherfucking range, I do the dash in the vintage, yeah.